Welcome everybody. I'm Gold Leader. I'm joined by Patronus, and we are here for Rogue One.
Let's see if Vader comes out smashing some Rebel troopers in this match.
That would be awesome, but I don't think there's any Rebel Troopers in these decks.
Oh, flavor fail.
It's really hard to build a thematic deck and include everything you need to include.
I guess that's fair.
These are also not my decks. If you go to the IDC page, these are the Jedi Academy decks for Rogue One.
Sure.
So if you've followed the stream previously, what is the Jedi Academy? The Jedi Academy is a organized play program essentially for the IDC, which is the governing body for Star Wars TCG. And basically what it is they created 10 pairs of decks that are different skill levels. There's like beginner ones and veteran ones, and they're thematically paired to play against each other. And they're meant to be print and play decks. So if you just go to the IDC website, hit the how to play tab, click the pre-built decks, and you'll see all the decks there. There's a PDF. You just print it out. This is what we did. We printed it out at home on paper, sleeved it up behind some old cards, and now we have decks to play. So that's what I'm using tonight. And the reason I'm doing is, I want to promote Rogue One, which we were doing. So we get my deck is actually called Hope, and your deck is called Despair.
Seems appropriate.
I printed them up. And I wanted to use them because I wanted to promote Rogue One. I also wanted to promote the Jedi Academy because I think it's fantastic.
I agree.
Another nice thing about the Jedi Academy decks is the keywords are printed on the cards.
Nice.
The reminder text on the keywords.
That's legitimate.
I think like old keywords are not printed on these cards.
Like the original WotC keywords, like accuracy and shield and stuff like that.
Too, like ones like stealth.
Oh, okay. I know what stealth is, though.
Some of the older keywords are not printed, but like the new keywords are printed. Like this one has resilience.
Yep, no idea what that does.
So it's on the card. I did print out some of the rule book. I didn't print it all out because it's a lot to look over. But we're pretty sure we know how to use all the cards, and we're going to kind of explain some of them before we start playing, because I know a lot of the members have not played with all the cards yet. So
let's get started.
So I think the first thing to explain is different color units. So there are these like brown, bronze colored units. These cards function like the brown colored locations in Return of the Jedi from Wizards of the Coast, where if you look on their subtype line, the unit can actually be deployed in multiple arenas. This unit in particular can be deployed in the space arena or the ground arena. So that is a special thing, and it makes sense, right? That's the Blue Squadron pilot. So yeah, they were flying in space, and then they went down for air support, and their air support in Scarif, so they can be either arena, which is a really great addition. I love this addition by the IDC. I think that was awesome.
Now, with those cards, are you able to have them switch arenas?
Yes, and the way you can do it is if you retreat. So say I deployed it into the space arena, and then I retreated it to my build zone. When I put it in, I could put it. We could
redeploy somewhere else,
which makes these really good, right? Because you can like bounce around into arenas. So they actually makes like other cards that allowed you to like retreat during battle, like kind of, or move characters to your zone, kind of actually do something. Which I think is kind of cool. So that's the first type we're going to talk about. We're going to go to the next type of card, which take me obviously a second to get there. So we have traits. So I'll put this resilience trait. So traits they're simply an equipment card, but they have the further subtype of being a trait. And basically what it means is a trait has a condition to equip this card. So as long as I build this equipment, it stays in my build zone. When the condition on the card is met, I can immediately equip that card to whatever it can be equipped to, whether it's a character, a vehicle, a ground unit, whatever.
Right. Okay. And this one is 1 build point, so there would never be a point where it could be partially built because it's only 1 build point. So when you build it in your build zone.
Yeah, you just, like any equipment, you build it, you leave it face up in your build zone, and then when the triggering condition is to equip it, you just equip it.
Okay.
So.
Easy jumped in. What's up, man? He actually is thinking that you don't have to retreat those multi-arena units, that they can just go from one zone to the next.
Wow. If that's true, that they are way more powerful than I gave them credit for. So I don't have that rule book in front of me, but if you want to check it and let us know, that would be awesome.
Or I can check, I guess.
That would be insane. Like, so when would there be a step to move them? During your build step, you could just move them to enter your arena?
Yeah, that's what Easy's going to double check the rules for us.
That seems crazy. Okay. Well, if that's the case, wow. All right.
Yeah, maybe it's just a build zone, like during your build step thing, you can have them switch zones.
Yeah, that would be okay. I guess I'd be okay with that. Seems really good, though. Okay, so trait was the other card type we have. We've seen equipment before. There are a different type of mission card. So this is a campaign card. So campaign cards they're essentially mission cards with the campaign subtype. And what a campaign card is instead of it being like a regular mission card where you pay its cost, you use it for an effect, and that effect is one
and
turn
done.
done. Campaign cards remain in play until they are discarded by your opponent. And I believe you can only have one in play at a time. I'll have to double check that too.
Or if you guys want to double check that.
But
for
I
us
have
as well.
3 of the same campaign cards, so it's not really going to matter for stream. But
yeah.
I think you can only have one.
TGP's jumped in. What's up? Good to see you. He was saying he still has a hard time with the IDC rules, even though he likes a lot of the concepts.
I do too. I have the same problem,
you.
which is why we're covering some of these things today.
Yeah.
Tornado says that the gold bordered cards or bronze bordered multi-arena cards, they work like pilots. So during your build step, you can just move them.
Okay.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
You don't actually have to retreat.
There we go. So if you guys don't mind confirming the campaign cards for us, just to make sure.
Yeah, I just know they're in play until they're discarded by your opponent. I just don't know how many campaign cards, if you're limited to like 1 campaign card at a time.
Right.
Which would make sense, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, or if it's 1 campaign per player, if I have any, or if it's one campaign
it's per
game.
player. Definitely per player. Another card that we're using is an event card. So you only get 1 of these cards. This card is not part of your 60 card deck. It actually goes into the supply area, which the supply area in this game is essentially your removed from game area.
Sure.
It's where cards exist that are not part of the discard pile or your deck.
Right.
This card hangs out there. Before you do the setup, you have the option each player has the option to deploy this card.
Yep.
The card has a lasting effect. It's just in the game all the time.
Sure.
Unless, I guess, something would remove it. But it would be a specific thing that did that. And then the last cards we have are subordinate units. These cards also hang out in the supply. They are not in your deck or your discard pile. They are...
Pick one without so much purple on it.
Oh, sure. Subordinate units are essentially, if you've ever played Magic, these are token units.
Yep.
So they represent smaller units that you would normally like put in like a swarm deck or something. But instead of them coming into play by you playing them for build costs, a lot of these are played by activated abilities of deploying a unit or paying force. So when I say that is like, here's an example, like this stormtrooper might get deployed from a vehicle that's a troop carrier. And it's like when you play the troop carrier, it might say, put 2 of these stormtroopers into play. Mm-hmm. That's how they work. And they work just like normal units when they're in play. The only difference is when they die, they don't go to the discard pile, they go back to your supply.
Sure. Makes sense.
That's the only difference. But these are super cool. This is probably my favorite addition the IDC has made to the game are the subordinate units. I've really had very limited play with the event cards. I do not believe there are any resource cards
I didn't see any.
in the game.
At least not in these decks.
So we're not gonna cover resource cards because I don't think they're in these decks. Oh no, I lied. There is a resource card in my deck. So a resource card looks like this. And I believe I have not played with a resource card in a very long time. So they have an orange border. You may play it during your build during setup. So if it's in your hand, you can actually play it during setup, which is interesting. Or you can play it during your build step. To complete the resource, put it face up into play. You may follow its instructions to get its effects. Basically, the way the card works is you add counters to it and you remove counters to it to get an effect. It's kind of similar to a Planeswalker in that sense.
Sure.
Where you're adding and removing counters to get effects. The difference is, I don't think you can directly attack it like you would attack a Planeswalker. That's really the big difference.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I thought there was a rule about you may only play one activated resource effect each turn and only once per turn. So you can only do one effect no matter what. You can't have more than one resource card in play. You can't discard or replace your resource card in play. So once you play a resource, that's the only one you're going to play.
For the game. Okay.
For the whole game. You can't play another type of resource card.
Okay.
I think that's everything. Just checking on the campaign stuff when someone has time.
Yeah, Easy says he doesn't think that there's any restrictions on it.
On campaigns?
Yeah. Oh, he also says you're allowed to pull your resource from your deck before the start of the game.
Yeah, so basically, if you want your resource card in your opening hand, you can start with a 6-card hand.
And then
search your resource. So you start with one less card, but you're getting a resource. So you're still starting with 7 cards.
Okay.
That I remember. We played with some of these newer cards in my Holocon cube at Gen Con, but that was back in 2019. So it's been a hot minute, which is why we needed a rules refresher.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, my deck is completely sorted, so I gotta give this bad boy a massive shuffle.
Good shuffle.
And
I'm just double checking.
Does anyone in stream chat have any questions? While I'm shuffling, we can talk about the next stream and the next organized play event.
Absolutely.
So we just announced this the other day. Publicly, you can go to homebasegames.com/leagues to get all the information. But we are running a Wizards of the Coast sealed deck tournament. Now, if you've never had a chance to play Star Wars TCG sealed deck, it is incredibly fun. And the reason we're calling it a Wizard of the Coast tournament is because the sealed deck tournament, you will open 10 boosters digitally. One booster is from each set Wizards of the Coast ever produced. So there's 10 sets. You'll open 10 boosters. The boosters are 11 packs, which will give you 110 cards. Those 110 cards will be your card pool for the tournament. And what I mean by card pool is you will be able to construct a deck out of those 110 cards for the duration of the tournament. Your deck is not fixed once you construct it. Each game, your deck can change. It can evolve. You can use the remaining 50 cards as essentially a sideboard. And each game, in between matches, or in between games, you have 5 minutes in between games to adjust your deck. You can put in as many cards as you want. You can take out as many cards as you want, with the exception of taking out cards. The deck still has to be a 60-card deck. It still has to have 12 of each unit. And you can mix light side and dark side cards into the same deck. That's a big change.
Right.
And the reason for that is it's the only way to make a deck in Limited
That's 60
is
cards.
to mix light side and dark side. So you can do some cool things. Like, because Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader are the same character, you could stack them.
Ah, nice.
Right? Yeah.
Cool.
So there's interesting interactions. There's also things like, if you play Sand Hill on the light side, if you're the light side and you play Sand Hill, your dark side opponent won't gain any build points that they can spend. Because they get the build points, but the dark side player already went, so they have nothing to spend the build points on.
Yeah.
So there's some weird, funny things that happen, and no card is restricted or banned. So
R2D2J for the win.
R2D2J and all the horrible cards. I know there was somebody who was so excited because he got like 3 banned cards. He got Hollow Projection Chamber and Kessel System. I don't forget what. And he also got Blockade. He got like a bunch of banned cards. He was so excited. He's like, I can't wait to play Hollow Projection Chamber. But none of those cards are like aren't.
They're not going to be broken in a sealed format because you can't. Yeah, you can't create
Falcon
the combo
Needs
to make
is still real good.
Yeah.
But Falcon Needs is not banned anyways. It's restricted. Yeah. So.
Easy Money's jumped in. He said he's very excited for our Rogue One match, and he has his Taco Bell and Mountain Dew ready.
You are eating like a king. I'm kind of jealous. I had a grilled chicken breast with a tomatillo and jicama salsa and white rice.
Yeah.
Yum. If you could only see the eye roll on Patronus' face.
Yeah.
She's not digging the healthy eating.
It's okay. It's fine.
We did have a cheeseburger last week.
It was glorious.
Won't be doing that too often.
All right.
All right. I think we're decently shuffled. The only thing that I am really interested in, since it's not the only, one of the things I'm very interested in is how the IDC sets play out, in the sense that a lot of the cards are going to be a lot more expensive to build than you and I are normally accustomed to.
Right. That's true.
And the thought is that I was told is that with the subordinate units, the need for the small units isn't as great.
That makes sense.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
But I'm eager to learn and find out, and I just love Rogue One, so being able to play this on stream is going to be a blast.
I agree. So before we actually do our setup, we each have the same event.
Yeah, we each have the decks have the same event, which
it's
I
a
thought
miracle.
was interesting.
When setup starts, each player chooses an arena whenever one of your units without hitting cost is discarded from your chosen arena. You may return it to your hand. Whenever one of your opponent's units without hitting cost is discarded from his or her chosen arena, your opponent may return it to his or her hand. So basically, we each pick an arena, and units that do not have hidden cost can get bounced back to our hands instead of sent to the discard pile.
Sure. Okay. So, what arena do I want to pick?
I don't really know what's in my deck.
Well, you get to pick first. You're the dark side.
I'm gonna pick character.
Okay. And I guess I'll pick space.
Okay. But we actually each get to do it twice.
Only in this arena.
No.
Yes, it's only in the arena the card's in. That's why it says choose an arena.
You and your opponent.
Yeah, it says each player chooses an arena. When one of your units without hidden cost is discarded from the chosen arena, you may return it to your hand. When one of your opponent's units without hidden cost is discarded from his or her chosen arena. So yeah.
So I'm playing this for myself, and then technically you get to choose an arena.
Right.
Then
so
you're playing one for yourself, and I get to choose
one. We
mine.
each do it from character and space, but not ground. Because no one chose ground. It says the chosen arena on
I understand,
the card.
but I think there's 2 instances of this happening.
Right. And your instance is you chose character.
For my card, but what if on your card I can choose a different one?
No, you don't get to choose on my card.
Yes, it does. It says your opponent gets to choose. Each player chooses an arena.
Whenever one of your units without hidden cost is discarded. Right. Each player chooses an arena. Okay. Whenever one of your units. All right. We're going to use one of these. That's how that works.
I'm pretty sure that there's only one instance.
Yeah, I don't want it
too
too complicated. So
all right.
you choose the arena. We'll use
all
yours.
right, fine. Okay, so I'm gonna pick.
Oh, and I guess I want to start with my resource.
Trying to think what would be a good.
So I'm searching for my resource, and then I'm drawing my 6-card hand.
It's kind of okay. Just grabbing some tokens nearby that can function as
It was
markers.
actually kind of fun to chuck that card across the room. Not that I dislike the card or anything, but 2 instances of the same card, it's too confusing.
That's what I thought was going to happen. That's why I was like, huh, interesting.
Trying to remember which 2 arenas we each chose.
Well, that's why I was going to mark them in some form or fashion, but it's fine.
It's
we can just have one.
Yep, just choose one.
All right. So I chose characters. You chose space.
Perfect.
Hopefully those show up okay.
Yeah, those are great actually.
Easy Hake Oven says he thinks I'm right with that.
Yeah, I think
that there's 2 separate instances of it.
Right, which is why I chucked my card across the room, because you were right.
Fair enough.
So I will not be using an event.
Okay. Okay, so got my cards. I'm going to mulligan 2 cards. 1, 2. I'm glad I did that.
I'm going to mulligan 2 as well, so I'm
cards.
mulliganing a campaign card. Campaign mission. Ooh, and I'm mulliganing a battle card. I like this battle card. You just play it to gain 2 force. But if you have 10 force, it does something else.
Cool.
Interesting. All right, shuffle those back in. Did you grab your resource?
I don't have one.
Oh, so sad.
I checked.
Not weeping. It's because my rebellion is built on hope.
I was waiting how long it was going to take for you to do that.
I don't know. Those 2 event cards, confusing. They're even like vague and unconvincing. I'm so sad that card's not in these decks.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do another Rogue One stream where I get to play
Build
with the
them.
decks I built. Tornado's like, unbalanced decks.
Alrighty.
Getting some more mileage out of my Star Wars LCG tokens.
Yeah. They're in the stack right next to me, so might as well. They're nice and brightly colored, so they're nice for streaming
That's
purposes.
what we're using for shields,
Yeah.
or for force, our shield tokens, upside down shield tokens.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Oh, I gotta
grab my dice.
6, 7. Okay.
Let's.
And I gotta read all these cards.
Yeah, for sure.
And I do have the, if we need it, I've got the cheat sheet for keyword abilities. When I say the cheat sheet, it's 3 pages long.
Yeah.
So have fun with that part. This is why I am such a massive fan of the beginner decks that have all the cards.
With all the keyword
with all the
abilities on them.
keywords printed on the cards.
Yeah.
Like I could not, when I see those people in person, I'm going to give them a big hug and even maybe a smooch if they'll let me.
Post-COVID?
Post-COVID. I'm not going to give them the COVID smooch. Because it's so great.
Yeah.
I actually will, when I print proxies, I'll probably use the cards from the, I will use the cards from the beginner decks first before I use the other cards.
Yeah.
Because I want
It'll just be easier for me too.
easier to have reminder text.
All right, so I'm gonna start with Olsen Krennic.
Nice. And what does Krennic do?
Each of your stormtroopers cost 1 less build to deploy.
Yep.
Pay a build point, discard a card from your hand, choose an arena. Your opponent can't deploy units using hidden costs to the chosen arena and can't play battle cards during their chosen arena's battle step until the end of the turn.
All right.
And I can only activate that during my build step, obviously, since it requires a build point to
All right,
activate
so that's
it.
7 build.
That is 7.
Well,
Draw.
I think I'm gonna play Jin Urso. Let's get thematic up in here.
Let's do it.
And she costs 7 build points. She has Resilience and Lucky. So that's cool. Resilience is a new keyword. You can see it actually spelled out there on the card. Seems like a pretty cool ability. I'm excited.
Oh, Easy Hake says Despair is a resource card. Oh, it's too late now. I'll worry about it for the next game.
All right.
Tonerado says you can apparently kiss him as long as you keep a mask on.
All right. All right, so I'm going to draw to replace.
Yep.
And I'm at
It's going to be like the faux makeouts from grammar school.
Yeah, you can't see it. You have to put your hand over your mouth.
Oh, right. Being young and dumb.
I'm going to stack Jin Urso.
Sure.
With this copy, which seems good. She's kind of got like a little effect where she buffs all of your other Rogue One characters.
Okay.
But I'm stacking her underneath.
Like what types of characters specifically? Because
typically, each of your other Rogue One characters.
Oh, so Rogue One's a subtype. Okay.
Yeah, so if you look at Jin Urso under her name, she actually has the Rogue One subtype.
Okay, Rogue One.
So specifically that subtype.
Got it.
All right, so that's going to put me at 8. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to draw, and you're up.
Yep. So I'm also going to stack. I'm going to put that below another Orson. Direct to Krennic. So that puts me to 8. Draw.
All right.
And then
we're building up our protagonist and antagonist here.
Then let's play this big guy, ATST Pacification Team. It's armor. As long as you have an Imperial officer in any arena, this unit gets Stun X, where X is the number of units your opponent has in the ground arena.
Okay.
Draw. So that's 6.
All right, so 14. And I'm at 8.
Man, you're right. These things are very expensive.
Yeah.
I'm going to be lucky to have 4 units deployed by the time we're done with setup.
That's the one thing I was kind of concerned about, but it might not be an issue. We'll see. All right, I'm going to play this card for 8, the Lightmaker. I love this card.
That sounds cool.
It's the Rebel Hammerhead that smashes into the Star Destroyer and pushes it. It's pretty sweet.
Apparently, Tonerado does not want you to kiss him.
I heard I could smooch Tonerado. I don't know.
I guess I misread his chats. He got very upset.
Now I'm all disappointed. I've got no one to kiss. All right. So the Lightmaker has armor, and then I can tap it. Tap one of my opponent's damaged space units and put 2 damage counters on it. Play only if you have a rebel officer in any arena and only when no unit is attacking.
Okay.
Which I don't have a rebel officer, so right now it's just a capital ship with armor.
Sure. Okay. Let's go with a TIE Striker Squadron. So I'm going to deploy this into space. So the switch part, we'll explain that really quick. The way that the switch keyword works is any information before the backslash applies to the first arena listed in the information here, like
in
with
the
all the subtypes.
In the subtype area. So if it says it's space ground, the first ability in switch goes to space, and then the next ability goes to ground.
Correct.
And if it was all
ground space or ground character or whatever it is,
you just read the abilities go from left to right the same way the subtypes go from left to right.
Exactly. So I'm going to deploy this into space, which means it's going to have +1 health and Fury 1. It also has precision. Don't know what precision is.
I believe precision just means that you can't use intercept on it.
Okay.
It cannot be intercepted.
Cool.
I will double check though.
It also has double strike. Not sure what that is.
Double strike, literally, I think, is what it sounds. It attacks twice.
Attacks twice or deals its damage twice?
Double strike. It is a static ability played after the attack POP. That means you may choose a unit that this unit can attack. This unit attacks that unit. Play only if this unit just attacked and only if it tapped for that attack.
Okay.
The unit must tap. So it literally is a tap, untap, attack. It attacks twice.
And you can attack any target that's eligible.
That's eligible, correct.
That
That's
makes
double
sense.
strike.
Okay.
And then precision. This unit cannot be intercepted.
Okay. And then also pay 2 force for ambush 2. What is ambush?
Oh, ambush. Jeez, we are all about the keywords.
Yeah.
Ambush. If your opponent deploys, moves, or puts a unit into this arena, this unit does X dice of damage to that unit.
Oh,
So
okay.
if he has the ambush keyword and I play a unit into that arena, it rolls
after setup, obviously.
yes, because
Okay,
there's
so then
no
I would
abilities during
roll.
setup.
All right, so I could pay 2 force to trigger an ambush 2.
Yep.
Okay. And then Fury, if you guys don't know, Fury is if you roll a natural 4 on your attack rolls, then you get to roll X dice of
Equal to the
additional
Fury.
dice. Yeah, equal to the Fury. So if I roll a natural 4 on its attack, I get to roll 1 more die because it has Fury.
Correct.
So he's getting deployed into space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 7. So 6, 7, and draw.
Okay. So, wow. You're at 21.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to put 5 points on a Rogue One strike team. So I'm excited to play this card because it puts a subordinate into play.
Okay.
Can't do it right now, but it has the ability to put a subordinate into play.
Okay. Sure.
And that costs 5. So add a 2, add a 3, and I'm exactly where you're at. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. So I have another die available. Oh, I had another die available. I just was being silly. Okay.
All right.
So I have
I still
9
have
points
have
left.
to surpass you, and I
That's
kind
fine.
of have to decide. I'm gonna play. Let's do it. Let's get Cassian Andor in play. That's my 7.
Why not?
Well, I don't have that. Oh, yeah, I do have enough. So 6, 7. All right. So 7 points. This Cassian has accuracy and focus. Cassian can attack characters with stealth. He gets +1 power when attacking Imperial. Each of your other Rogue One characters get +1 power and focus 1, which I have no clue what focus is, so I'll look it up.
All right.
And this is, as I said, where having reminder text on all the cards would be amazing.
Yeah.
I wonder how much I could bribe. Probably not enough. Bribe Easy to make me cards with reminder text. Focus. When you roll at least 1 natural 5 for this unit's attack dice before reroll, this unit gets +X power for its next attack. Only the first natural 5 count. So it's like a critical for 5.
Okay.
And it gets +X power, which would be focus 1. It gets +1 power.
On the next attack,
On the
though.
next attack.
Okay.
So it would be awesome if he had like double attack or something where he could
Sure.
attack twice. But so you basically have to put a +1/+1 counter on it.
Right.
And remember,
Exactly. Which we'll just use
we'll have
more
counters.
tokens here.
Yep.
All right. So you have surpassed me now. I am.
I only have 2 build points left.
Doo-doo-doo. Let's start with.
Is there even enough real estate on those 4 to 5 ability cards to have help text? Those would be cool. Those would be dense. Yeah, focus does seem like it'll be something very easy. That's why we're gonna play with tokens. So we'll put a token on it, and then we'll know when we attack next time we gotta remove the token to. But yes, it can be very easy.
So I'm gonna play Jeddah Imperial Garrison. Bounty is gain a build point. Bounty triggers, that's a WotC original ability.
That's a WotC ability.
It triggers when that unit kills another unit.
When that unit deals damage to a unit that is discarded.
Yes.
So, if it damaged a unit in that turn and then another thing discarded it, it would still get the bounty. Minor detail.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, so like if you attacked and then did a trapdoor or something to just deal damage,
to finish
then
it off.
Still gets it. Okay, cool. Didn't know that actually. This unit gets +1 power and focus 1 when attacking a rebel.
So I think what we'll do for the focus tokens is you'll use the Imperial tokens as 1 focus power, and then we'll remove them.
That's fine.
And I'll use the rebel ones.
Or I was gonna say we probably have 1s in here.
No, we're gonna need those for damage.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I don't know where those other things are. That's fair. All right, so we'll use those for damage. And
we actually have focus tokens we could use.
Yeah.
Let's use those.
You want to use those?
Yeah, we actually have focus tokens.
Focus as in focus from
No, let's just use these rebels and Imperials. They're cooler looking.
Okay, I agree with you. And they're also in 1 container, so we're fine.
Yeah.
To the side. All right. So that was my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Draw a card.
Did you add up the dice?
I did. I only have 4 left.
I only have 2 left.
Oh, okay. So I got to keep going. Fair enough.
14, 15, 20, 28. Yep.
Okay. So let's stack Krennic again. That's going to go underneath.
Nasty. Okay.
Draw. Ooh.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
I mean, we're just going to start working on this because I want to. It's going to take me forever, but I want to.
Oh. Wow. So I'm like on a clock.
You're on a clock.
Okay.
Exactly. So he's going to have 3 build on him. Vader can be deployed to ground or character.
Okay.
He has armor. Overkill, which
perfect.
We all know, yeah, perfect. As long as Vader has an equipment attached, he gets pay 2, force, deflect 2, and he has pay 2, evade 2.
Pay 2, deflect 2. Ridiculous.
I mean, it makes perfect sense.
It does. I'm glad he cost a billion
He costs
points.
10.
All right, I have 2 points left.
It's going to take me a long time.
And I'm just going to reinforce my Rebel Commandos in ground. Mostly because they have hidden cost. So I should be able to deploy them pretty easily with my... I only have 2 build points left. All right. So 2 build points on Rebel Commandos. And I'm going to draw. All right. And we're going to roll for build. Oh, let me switch on the dice cam here.
So Easy Hake and Tonrado were saying that actually the bounty definition was changed and that they actually do have to deal, that I would have to deal the lethal damage.
They changed the bounty definition?
Apparently.
All right.
We'll go with what they say.
Okay.
That's most likely what would happen in this match anyway. I don't know that I have cards that deal damage.
It's not really that big of a deal. It's not something that happens too often.
Yeah.
But it does nerf the Jawas a little bit.
Okay.
That's fine. I don't like those rack people anyways.
Yeah, it says when another unit is discarded by damage from this unit, you gain the following when your next build step starts.
It's fine. Okay.
For bounty. Alrighty, so did you roll for build?
I did. I rolled a 1.
Oh.
No joy. Take your time, Vader. So sad. Not sorry.
Ooh. All right. I have 2 points. That's really horrible. I think I'm just going to Sorry, I'm just like rereading all of my cards and rereading your cards. Let's put 2 points here.
Okay.
And I'm going to move my TIE Striker into the ground arena.
Okay.
So he's going to have plus 10 speed in the ground arena.
All right. That's fine. My turn?
Yes.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to draw. What I got here. All right. So you're moving into ground. Which then means I'm going to place 2 build points on this card.
Okay.
And I will be done.
Alrighty.
Retreat step.
Nothing.
All right. My strike team is retreating.
That makes sense.
And battle.
Yeah, characters.
All right, so space is nothing.
Yeah.
And then characters. I have 70 speed on Jin Urso.
I'm just 60.
You're just 60, so Jin's going to go first.
Yep.
Jin has Lucky 2, Resilience 1. Resilience is as long as she has a damage counter on her, she gets +1 power.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but when the battle phase starts, you may choose an ability other than... Oh, you may choose an ability on another card in Jin's stack. If you do, Jin gets the chosen ability. So I can give her one of the abilities of the card underneath.
Cool.
What does inspiration do? There's a couple options here. I'm gonna look up inspiration. Each of your other units in the arena get +10 speed, +1 power, and +1 health. So I could give Cassian all those things, or I could give him Focus 1 and Avenge 3. Avenge 3 doesn't seem very good, so I'm going to give him this other thing. So Cassie, I'm going to give her the ability Inspiration, which will basically gives him like he's being stacked. 1,
Okay.
1, 1. So.
Got it.
So 60 speed. She rolls 6 dice. And we're attacking Krennic. Any abilities on Krennic defensively that I have to worry about?
0.
Okay. This is cocked. I've got 2 hits.
Okay.
But she has lucky.
Okay.
So I'm going to re-roll 4 hits.
Eek. All right.
And then now he has 60 speed, but you also have 60
60.
speed, so you
Yep.
get to go first.
Correct.
And all he has, which is good, he has accuracy and focus.
Okay.
He can attack characters at stealth, and he also gets +1 power when attacking an Imperial.
Okay. Well, I guess.
Oh, I also realized your other Rogue One characters get +1 power, so I should have rolled one more die with her.
You can roll one more. Fine, we can fix it. We're playing all new
1.
stuff. Yikes. Crunch.
I think there's 5s in there, but you could use that.
I don't think there's a 5. I think the max is 3. Yeah, max is 3.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So he's only got 2 health left right now.
Yeah. He's triple stacked.
But I did choose this arena, so that whole stack can go back to my hand, but it's gonna be really hard to recast it all, obviously.
Well, the other problem is
Or
if
redeploy
you
it.
don't have
For sure,
the
yeah.
game's over already.
For sure, yeah. So
you have to go at casting.
yeah, I don't have a choice. It's 7 dice, no tricks.
No abilities either?
0.
And he's weak, huh?
He just makes my troopers cheaper to deploy.
And you don't have really any other troopers.
Well, you rolled a 1 for build.
Yeah.
That was my problem.
Yeah.
There are no troopers that cost 2.
You got 4 hits.
Okay, well, it's not enough to kill him.
No. That's the bad part.
Yeah.
So this might be a quick game.
Yeah.
Okay. And so Cassian is going to roll back.
So he's going to have 6, 7, because he gets +1 against Imperials, right?
He gets +1 against Imperials, so that puts him at 5.
And then +1 from Jen.
And +1 from Jen, so 6. And he has accuracy.
Yeah. And all you have to do is 2 damage.
There's
3. All right, he's dead.
Damn.
So that bounces to my hand. This whole thing, because I'm going to choose that.
Yep.
And the game's over.
Wow. Okay. All right. It was cool to get all the stuff out, but it wasn't the most thrilling of a game.
No.
All right, we'll go through setup again.
Yeah.
And if we did something wrong, let us know. I don't think we did anything other than a couple triggers that we realized we missed, but we caught it.
Yeah. Well, that's always going to happen when you're playing with new stuff like this.
Well, yeah, it's not like you're just playing with new stuff. You're playing with a lot of new stuff.
Yeah.
It's not like a new set and you're like, oh, here's 2 new keywords.
Yeah.
We're playing with like new card types, new keywords, new rules, new abilities, which is fine. It's a good learning experience.
I agree. And I was prepared to have this happen, so.
Yeah, I was too.
All right, well, let's try that again.
Yeah. I need Rogue One sleeves.
We just need FFG to start making sleeves again. That's what we really
Sadly,
need.
they're out of the marketplace.
I know. Seems crazy to me. Like, they have by far the best sleeves, and sleeves have to just have a massive margin. I don't understand.
Insane margin on sleeves.
Like, I don't understand how they're not literally just printing hundreds of dollars.
Especially when
bills.
they have like the license to do it.
Yeah.
It makes 0 sense.
Yeah.
But hey.
It's okay. Teach their own. Maybe we can talk to Stevie up in FFG and
Yeah, right.
tell him to start making sleeves for us again.
Get some sleeves going.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. I promise I'll score keep all of your events in the Midwest if you make me some sleeves.
Even if Cascade's running them?
Yeah, I'm just going to become in charge from the beginning. If that's the case.
I still have a little post-traumatic stress.
I have PTSD from most of those events. Judging's regular judging a singular event is a little better.
I don't know how my brain
But-
is not just like at maximum capacity. So
Of rules?
when I tell you guys that like I sometimes I forget some rules. I head judged in 1 year for Fantasy Flight Games 4 events at Worlds
4 different games.
for 4 different games.
Yeah.
It was intense.
Yeah.
And trying to keep it all straight.
Yep.
I've learned so many different game system rules,
Yeah.
and for the most part, I have a pretty good handle on them. But every now and then, there's a hiccup.
All right, so I'm going to do the 6 because apparently I have a resource card.
Yeah, and so
I didn't see one, but
I think that's when you draw your starting hand, you only draw 6.
right.
And then you search for a
And
resource.
then I search.
Yeah.
Although we're still gonna do this. It's a miracle thing.
Yep.
I'm just gonna still pick character.
Yeah, I'll do space too.
Okay.
It's fine.
So.
And you know what? I'm not gonna take my resource.
I thought it was a battle card because it looked so red when in my deck, but you are right.
It's because we printed them like they're not high quality prints, so that magenta color is not really popping.
Well, yeah, that's orange, but yeah.
Yeah, but like, that one's orange. Yeah.
So despair is my resource card. Add 2 counters. One of your opponent's units gets resilience 1 until end of turn. Remove 6 counters. This turn, whenever one of your opponent's units is discarded, you may look at your opponent's deck. If you do, choose a card there and discard it. Your opponent shuffles his or her deck. Cool.
Okay.
All right.
You're taking out my outs.
Yep. And it costs 3.
Easy money. The chances that Wars TCG will go back to print are probably like in the decimal of thousandth of a percent.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I actually read this wrong. One of your opponent's units gets resilience -1.
-1. Okay. Yeah, you're taking away my resilience. That
Correct.
makes more sense.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any chance in the world that that this game ever comes back. Fantasy Flight Games still has the card game license for Star Wars. They just did a proposal last year for like the next 5 years, and their Star Wars like game making like marketing proposal or whatever their plan is apparently like massively aggressive and huge and massive. So there's no chance. And Wizards of the Coast has really gotten away from making other games. They tried to make Transformers because Hasbro owns Wizards and they have the Transformer license. So they tried to do that, and it was just a massive failure. The game's already being canceled.
Yep.
So I can't imagine.
And it's not even 2 years old.
Yeah, I can't imagine that they would spend the money to get the Star Wars license.
Yeah.
Again.
Right.
And then say, hey, let's bring back this game where most people never even tried it. So if it's going to live on, it's going to live on through the IDC and the player committee and you guys.
Yeah.
So, which is fine. It'll also live on through home-based games.
Absolutely. Whenever we can actually do Gen Con again, we'll actually start running some in-person events.
I can't wait to meet so many people. That's always one of the best things about doing that kind of thing.
Absolutely. It's so great.
Can't wait to make like prize swag for this game.
Let's just say that I'm pretty good at designing prize support.
Yeah, you are.
So I usually come up with some pretty cool stuff. Okay. Got my cards here, so let's start out with. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a shame. I don't understand why anyone would be negative towards the IDC. Like nothing's ever perfect. But without them, we wouldn't be here streaming. We wouldn't be here playing. So, like I said, I'm more than willing to give all their cards a try. I'll play with the things I like. I won't play with the things I don't like. But I've never seen anything from the IDC that just screams to me broken or stupid or bad. But I'm also not that negative about Star Wars cards.
That's true.
So I just like things.
So I'm playing Vader. Okay. He has armor. Each of your opponent's characters gets resilience -1. Pay 1 force, evade 1, and your opponent loses a force. Cool.
I better be careful not to choke on my aspirations. Okay. And yes, you're going to have to put up with Rogue One cheesy quotes all night. All right, so I forgot. I apologize. I needed a mulligan too. We were talking. Shuffle. Should have been doing that while you were doing your stuff.
Yeah, I assume with these resource cards, you put counters on them during the build step, or remove counters during the build step.
Yeah, it's something you do during the build step.
Which makes sense.
Like I said, they're very similar to a Planeswalker, which I think is really cool. You only have one in play. You can only do it one time. All right. Vader, huh? Well,
Can you play equipment cards during setup?
no.
Okay.
Units and resources, the only other card I know of.
Okay.
Well, I've got like, I guess I'm playing some dudes. Let's play. Huh, yeah. Let's play K2SO. Oh wait, hold on. How does this work? Alternative cost? Hold on. A selective static effect that means instead of paying the build cost on this card, you may complete this card instead by paying the cost listed. It must be paid in full. It is not possible to pay the cost completely. You cannot complete the card.
I'm assuming there's a downside to playing the alternative cost version.
Yeah, the alternative cost is cheaper, so I could pay 2 build points, pay 2 force, and tap one of my unique Rogue One units to play this card. So I can get like this unit in for pretty cheap, which means I might not want to play it in setup.
It's
But
fair.
if I do that, I would have to tap one of my good characters to play him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Which, now that you know I've already played Vader, you may or may not choose to do that.
right. Exactly. Let's play. We're going to play a Rogue One strike team for 5.
Okay.
I want to get that subordinate thing going. And sure. Jin can get spicy with Vader. Seems stupid, but
She can always retreat.
yeah. So we're adding so 2 here, or 1 here, 6, 7. Draw. I don't know. At 12.
Okay. Just read my cards.
Yeah, that's true, Easy. The IDC has been making cards for a long time.
Yeah, Tonrado was saying a lot of times it's hard for newer players because obviously there's a lot of new additions to the game and it can be a little scary that things have changed so much.
It can be overwhelming. I'll be honest with you.
It's very overwhelming to me.
The reason I didn't play with IDC cards for this past 15 years, I mean, I played with some. I have like the first couple sets printed. It had nothing to do with like the design of the cards. I wasn't like, oh, these are overpowered, and it had nothing to do with any of that. It just had everything to do with I didn't keep up with it,
and it was very daunting.
And when I came back to it, it was like the card pool was so large.
It was bigger than the WotC set card pool.
I didn't even know where to start.
Yeah.
So now that we're like doing organized play, where we're like we're slowly adding in IDC sets into the Wizard of the Coast card pool.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have formats where the formats are only like 11 sets, and there'll be a mix of like Wizard of the Coast and IDC.
Right.
And so you'll build like almost like a standard.
You're only having to deal with 5 sets as opposed to 43 or however many.
I think we're doing 11. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. You only have to learn 5 new sets.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they're gonna be like more thematic. Like they'll be set in an era.
Sure.
So it'll be like
I think that's great.
the original trilogy era.
Right.
A mix of I think 6 IDC, 5 wizards. You know what I mean? And we have and here's the thing, no one's ever played with a format like that. So it's not like there's like this
net
group
decking
of people,
or anything.
Yeah, there's a group of people who've been playing for years and like gonna crush everyone because they know what all the best decks are.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Lots of fun stuff. All right, so I'm just going to go ham on my theme here and play the Devastator.
nice. Vader and his starship.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope that one's better than the. Oh no, we don't have a Wizard of the Coast deck. No, we do have.
Yeah, there is one. I don't remember what it does though. So 30 speed, 9 power, 8 health. It has shields 1. Each of your other Imperials gets resilience 2. Pay 1 build point, search your deck for an Imperial Squadron unit card, show it to your opponent, put it in your hand, shuffle, play only during your build step.
Okay, cool. I love the idea of um the capital ships and the transports and stuff like that that spit out the
Other things.
the
Yeah,
other units.
I agree.
It's a very cool mechanic. Okay. So by the way, I didn't show this Jin or so, but it's the same one I had last time, the Lucky 2-1. Alright, so Jin is there. We've got the big spaceship in space. Alright, let's play this. I'm going to play my Switch card. I'm going to play the U-Wing.
Oh, okay.
So it's the new U-Wing. It has Switch. I think it costs 6 build points.
Yes, it does.
I actually didn't know the unique name of this.
I didn't either.
So I'm learning.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love this ship. I thought it was it looks like it fit in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Such a cool ship.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna play it. It costs 6. Draw. And since it's in space, it's gonna have Bombard 4.
All right. Makes sense.
It has Resilience 1, and when it's discarded from any arena, each of your Rogue One units gets Focus 1 until another turn. Each of your other Rogue One units get plus 10 speed. So my Rogue One units get plus 10 speed.
Okay.
Full card.
Let's go with this. I think this is really cool.
Yeah, Katra, it was so awesome to meet you, and I apologize we didn't get to play more together. It was one of those days where you know there was other people who were literally just learning how to play. So often when we have those kind of meetups, I end up finding myself spending more time teaching people how to play than getting just to play with other people. But I promise you, as soon as we can all meet up in a post-COVID world, there will be regular meetups in the Chicagoland area, and I'm definitely going to host something at Gen Con.
Absolutely.
And I'll probably host something at PAX because Pastimes runs PAX.
Oh,
so I might just
yeah.
go to PAX with Pastimes.
Yeah.
And I'll run
just
something.
rent a table or two. Yeah.
Yeah. I might just do it in the Pastime area. They'll have extra space.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so I'm going to play an Imperial boarding party. Space transport unit. Tap one of your opponent's space units. Discard this unit from the space arena. Search your deck for any number of Imperial ground and or character unit cards with combined total build cost 8 or less and put them into their arenas. Play only when this unit would attack. I love this.
This is ridiculous.
It's awesome.
And you put them into the arena?
Yeah. You just exchange that ship for 8 build cost worth of other ground and character units because it's dropping off ground and character units.
It's cool. I was just going over I just finished the article for the next month's Jedi Guardians in the series of Wizards of the Coast articles.
Yep.
And this reminds me of what we called elevator units. There are some there's a Trade Federation like spaceship and a Trade Federation ground ship that like you can basically shift the build points from the ground one to a space one and vice versa.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Except this is much better.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Very cool.
And I get to tap one of your units in the process.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, you're like a boarding party.
Yeah.
You're boarding.
Unfortunately, you have to play something that's slower because he's a 40. So if you've attacked first, I don't get that ability. But still, being able to just kind of shift build points around is still great.
Like a 40 speed, 5-6
Yeah,
unit.
for sure. It's still fine. Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely still fine.
So you have a lot more build points than me. You have 7.
Yeah, I have 5 left.
All right. Well, I'm going to stack Jyn Erso because she might need help against Papa Vader, or it might just be time to get out of dodge.
In all fairness, that's not Papa Vader. That's just regular Vader.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Ooh.
Papa Vader is the 10 cost Vader.
And then let's do Let's do 4 on Bodhi.
Oh, okay.
So Bodhi
Throw
can
him up on camera.
actually pilot the ship.
Nice. Makes sense.
Yeah. He just has.
Are you finishing out? No, you're not. I was like, because he has a deploy effect, but.
I can look at your opponent's hand, but he doesn't. I'm not finishing out. It's fine. Yeah. He has no deploy effect for me.
Okay. Wasn't sure if you wanted to rethink that.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I kind of wanted to play him earlier because he was cheap, and I wanted to see what I would draw.
That's fair. All right, I'm gonna finish out with that Jeddah troopers.
Okay.
They're the bounty ones, and so their bounty is gaining a build point, and they get +1 power and focus 1 when attacking a rebel.
Ugh, so that thing gets resilience too, so when I hit it, it's going to get 2 more power.
Yes.
And you can put squadrons into play.
Yes.
Is not looking too hot. Alrighty. So, that being said... We are we're gonna play K2SO.
Okay.
He costs 6 points. Putting him in character. We're not.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't have kept building. You were way behind.
I lied. I'm not playing K2SO. I'm playing base.
Sure.
He costs 7 points. So
that's enough. That's finishing. Yep.
That finishes me out.
Yep.
And I will deploy him to character.
Yep.
And I'm built out at 30.
Okay.
Draw.
Roll for build.
Roll for build. 4.
5. Okay. Doing this because it's awesome, not necessarily because it's the best play. 2 points on Vader's lightsaber.
A2 deflect 2 now. Oh no, that's the other
that's
Vader.
A different one. Yeah. So, pay a build point and 2 force to equip it. Equipped Jedi or Sith gets pay 2 ambush 4. Equipped Darth Vader also gets whenever damage from Vader's attack causes a unit to be discarded, untap Vader.
Gross.
And it's the scene. It's hard to tell because it's so red, but it's the scene.
Yeah,
You all know what I'm talking about.
It's a scene where every child,
every rebel trooper dies.
every male cried in the room at one time.
Yep.
Of joy.
Yep. All right, so I'm gonna pay a build point and 2 force to actually equip it to Vader.
Yep.
So 2 build points left. Let's put 2 build points here.
Okay. My turn?
Yes.
I'm gonna draw. That's cool. I'm gonna try to use this. I can move Bodhi over to my U-wing.
Yeah.
Which gives the U-wing focus 1. And then and apparently I can do this. I can just move the U-wing into ground.
You can.
It seems ridiculously good. Because I'm just like, oh, I don't want to be part of that. Let's go over here.
Yeah, that's what I did in the last turn. In the last game, it just ended badly for me.
And now I can pay alternative cost, which says pay 2 build points, pay 2 force, tap one of your unique Rogue One units with armor. Or no, Rogue One units.
I don't think you can tap the pilot, can you?
I could have if I would have done it first.
But then would he be eligible to move then?
Yeah, you can move to tapped pilot.
Can you?
You can.
I did not know that. Well, you can do that. That's fine.
Yeah, you can.
So Bodhi's tapped. because you're playing the alternative cost in K2.
Unless the IDC rules change that you could move a tapped pilot. So that's going to cost me 2 build and 2 force. So 3. I go down to 2 force.
Easy money. He's excited about Vader's lightsaber. He said he likes equipment cards. I'm just
like
excited about, the Vader moment on this card art of Vader's lightsaber.
I will say that's one thing that I think the IDC just knocked out of the park is making equipment cards usable but not broken.
Right, exactly.
Because all the Wizards of the Coast ones are terrible.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Because you deployed K2, I could pay 2 force and do ambush 4.
Oh, go for it. I didn't read it.
I feel like I should just do that because it's fun. So I'm going to be out of force, unfortunately.
So it does 4 damage to...
4 dice of damage to whoever you
K2.
deployed, yeah.
All right. Ugh, 3.
Nice.
Get wrecked.
Yep. Which pairs nice with Vader since he has the Resilience -1. So as long as you're damaged, you have -1 power.
Yeah. Okay.
Although I'm assuming if you already have Resilience, then it just nets it.
Right.
Because you would get plus and then I would get view minus.
Sure.
Although, okay.
All right, and my last 3 build points are partially built here.
Okay.
And that's all I got.
Okay. Let's see how this goes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to retreat this guy.
All right, so now that I'm in here, though, with Switch, since I'm in ground, I have Iron Cannon 4.
Oh, well, that's annoying.
Yeah. This card's really good.
Yeah, that card is crazy.
He has Bombard 4 in space.
For only 6?
Yeah, because I could just go from here to here.
Oh my gosh, that card is crazy good.
It's good.
Oh my lordy. All right. Well, if he's got Ion Cannon, I might have to.
You might just have to suck it up until you can do this thing. Tap one of your opponent's units, one of your opponent's space units. Discard this unit.
Does that count?
Yeah, it's a space.
Because it's still space?
It's still space. You could do that.
Okay. So then I'm going to retreat him, and then I can just activate that on my turn.
Yeah, tap one of your opponent's space units. Discard this unit from the space arena. Search your deck for any number of Imperial ground. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, that's
what
so
we're gonna
cool.
Do.
Okay.
All
because
right.
it is a space unit still.
Yeah.
It's got
it just happens to be in ground.
But now it's slower because I moved it in ground.
Right.
Normally I would have gone first, so you wouldn't have been able to do it.
Mm-hmm. But it's not relevant because he's in a different arena.
It is relevant because I can't bombard you. Or Iron Cannon you. Because you're going to tap him.
Oh, super relevant.
Light bulb just went on.
Light bulb. So good. All right. I like it.
Wait.
So I'm still retreating here.
Easy saying it's not a space unit when it's in the ground arena.
No.
It has the space subtype. Do subtypes not exist? That doesn't make any sense. Are we sure that's right?
I'm going to be really sad if it doesn't work.
Unit cards. Unit cards can battle in one of multiple arenas, have a brown border, and follow special rules. Effects that refer to a unit mean the card only while it is in play in an arena or in a player's build zone. Effects that refer to a unit card mean the card no matter what zone it is.
But that just says a space unit specifically.
Okay. Effects that refer to a unit mean the card only while it is in play in an arena or in a player's build zone.
Right, but it doesn't say if it quote unquote loses.
Yeah, I mean, in the subtype, it counts it as a space card, and it is a unit. So I don't know why that wouldn't work.
Easy Hake says he's positive that's the rule.
Positive, I don't like that rule.
I'm positive I don't like that.
Because it's confusing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's a core mechanic of Star Wars TCG. It's the subtype, and it's a unit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he's positive we won't do that.
So sad. All right. Well, that just nerfs everything that I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, well, no, I probably can't retreat there now because I have to work on that.
You might just get killed
Ion guy.
before you get a chance.
I mean, I'm not. I don't know that I have a choice.
I think you just have to deal with the ion cannon.
That's my point. I don't think I have a choice.
No, I mean just like
to.
let the ion cannon go off. He has shields 1. You could just he's only rolling 3 dice.
I guess.
That's probably your best bet. Retreat there and there. Since you can't use it.
Yeah. Okay. It's fair.
That's probably your only shot.
So sad.
Okay, so
I'm done with my retreats.
I'm just doing ion cannon 3.
Okay, yeah, he taps. Obviously, we're in battle phase now. Okay.
And I've got a 1. And focus happens on what? Focus.
On the next turn.
Focus. I already forgot. When you roll at least 1 natural 5. I did not roll a natural 5, so I got 1 damage on Vader.
Okay. Yeah, so easy found the rule. It says for multi-arena cards in an arena, such an effect can only reference the card by its current arena or by the unit to which an equipment is currently attached. For instance, you can't apply an effect that references character to a multi-arena unit, location, or equipment with ground character type or subtype while in the ground arena. So yeah, whatever arena it's in, that's the only...
Yeah, I just don't like the design because it has the subtype, right? And it's now there's like this special rule that you just have to know when you're playing that it doesn't follow the normal card rules. It has a special rule.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't like about it.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I have to have a rule in my head.
Right, exactly.
But it is what it is. It's fine.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Easy money. I want to see that Death Star deck you're talking about. He says he's loaded it with upgrades to supercharge Star Destroyers.
Nice. That's cool.
Imperial Navy Orbital Bombardment is one of the keys. That sounds awesome. You got to show us that deck list.
I think he sent us one on Facebook.
Oh, cool.
I have it. I saved it.
Yeah.
I was going to use it on a stream.
Perfect. Yeah, Gold Leader's in charge of managing our Facebook page because I hate social media in all of its forms.
You're up.
And I'm in charge of managing our YouTube channel. That's our division of labor. Okay, so character.
Yeah.
You're up. He's only a 40.
Jen has 70 speed, resilience, lucky 2.
Okay.
She has.
She does not have resilience because Vader takes it away. Vader, however, does have resilience 2 because of the Devastator.
Oh, she also has that ability thing. As long as you have another Rogue One unit in the character arena, she gets inspiration. So,
so she's got.
She pluses both of them.
Both of them? Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, it says inspiration says I think,
for any other rogue.
Any other
Rogue One units.
Each of your other units in this arena gets plus 10 speed, plus 1 power, and plus 1 health.
Wow.
So it's like they're all stacked.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So she's rolling 6 dice.
Yes.
At Vader.
Yep.
She's got 3 hits.
Okay.
She has lucky 2. Wow, 5 hits.
40.
And you have evade and deflect and that kind of thing?
I don't because I have no force. He's just dead.
All right. So the game's over?
Yep.
Again?
Yep.
Jeez. Okay.
Because I did the cool ambush thing.
Yeah.
He only has pay 1, evade 1. Like so he had 2 other guys. You had 2 other guys attack. He was gonna die anyway.
All right.
All right.
Well, I guess we'll try one more time. Since both games have only went 1 turn.
Okay.
Oh, Easy Mooney put the deck up on the arena too.
Perfect. I'm still gonna keep character as my arena.
It's fine. Same. It has not mattered one bit.
It has not. And I am not gonna go and get my resource card.
Yeah, I'd rather just have a unit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and mine being 3 builds, just
Mine is 2.
it's just
I never even
it's a little
played
hard
it.
to play.
Just sat in my hand.
Yeah, because all of the other units are so expensive that.
Right. Yeah.
Easy, I agree with you. I would love to see a Death Star with 60 speed. I think that's hilarious.
I've gotten at 50 speed many times on stream.
Yeah.
When we did the
Empire,
Battle of Yavin.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
When we did the Battle of Yavin stream,
Mm-hmm.
I was playing pilot speed in the deck, which gives a space or ground unit plus 40 speed. So there was times I think I did get it to 60 speed because I had the Death Star stacked. But yeah, 50 speed Death Star, 60 speed Death Star is pretty fun.
All right. Mulliganing 3.
All right. Mulliganing 4. 5. Oh man, the new mulligan rule.
So good.
That would have been probably the death nail in me, especially after what I just drew. Not to mention I would have lost all 5 of those cards for the whole game.
Yeah. For sure.
All right. You're up.
Yep. Just gonna play Director Krennic for 7.
Okay.
Same one I played before. Stormtroopers cost 1 less to deploy. I can pay a build point and discard a card from my hand to choose an arena and say you cannot deploy hidden cost units or play battle cards within that arena.
Okay. I'm gonna play Chiru. I haven't seen this card before.
Mm-mm.
He has a whole bunch of keyword abilities.
Yeah, it is.
So he has Foresight, which is gain 2 force. I believe it's like Foresight is the keyword ability that it's actually an ability from the Wizard of the Coast, but they've named it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
basically when this unit attacks, you predict the number of hits it would roll, and if you guess correctly, you get this reward.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'll double check.
Okay.
Parry 2.
Sure. So if I roll a 1, it blocks it.
Yep. And then insert, which only matters if he's stacked underneath another Chiru.
Okay.
So insert essentially it's an ability that says insert precision. What it means is when this card is stacked underneath another card, the card that's on top
Gets
gains
precision.
the inserted ability.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's actually a super awesome ability. I love that.
Yeah, it's a nice idea.
Draw. Another cool innovation.
Yeah.
So 7, and you're at 7, and I am desperate to play a subordinate.
Well, the game has to go more than one turn.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the same card I've played every game.
I'm going to stack Director Krennic for 1.
Okay.
And
I printed all these beautiful subordinates.
I'm going to play Orson's Death Trooper Team. 40 speed, 5 power, 4 health. It has stealth. Whenever damage from an attacking unit causes one of your stormtroopers to be discarded, you may tap one of your officers. If you do, put a specific subordinate into play. And this unit has tap ambush 5. But then it obviously would. So the stealth keyword, it cannot be attacked while it's ready.
And undamaged. It's
both.
And
undamaged? Okay.
Yeah, it has to be untapped and undamaged.
Got it.
Once you've damaged it, it's lost stealth. Like it's been
I
seen.
guess that makes sense.
It had to be that way because otherwise it was broken.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's just more thematic. So. Okay. So you're at what do you?
Oh, I'm not. So that was +7. So 6, 7.
Okay. So you're at 12, 15, and I'm at 12. All right. Let's try playing the thematic U-Wing again. I really liked that card.
Sure.
Seemed very good. Draw a card. So this is the same unit I had before. It has switch. So right now it has bombard 4. It does all kinds of other awesome things.
I think I'm going to play TIE Squadron. TIE Striker Squadron. I'm going to play it into space. So it has +1 health in space, +10 speed in ground. And Fury 1, it has precision, which, as we said, cannot be intercepted. Double strike, it can attack twice. And then pay 2, ambush 2.
Gross. Oh, that's a cool looking image too. So precision, so it can't be intercepted. Double strike, it attacks twice, and pay 2, ambush 2. Okay. I'm gonna play 4 on Bodhi. Got my little pilot combo again.
Okay.
I love pilots. Probably one of my most favorite decks. Draw. So I'm at 22.
Yep.
You were also at 22, so I have to keep going.
Yep.
Let's do another Rogue One Strike Team.
Okay.
2, 3. Draw.
Let's go with an Imperial Garrison. So that's the same unit I've played each game. It has bounty built for a build point, and then it gets +1 power and focus 1 when attacking a rebel.
Yeah.
So that is 5. So 2 and 3. Draw, and I have to keep going. Let's put 3 points there. So it's a 5 cost Shore Trooper Squad Leader. He has armor. When I deploy this unit, I can pay 3 4s. If I do, I put a specific subordinate in play. And it can tap to untap one of your subordinates in the ground or character arena. That subordinate gets +1 power for its next attack.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah. And that's not in play, it just has 3 on it.
Yep. So I have 3 points left. And my 3 points is going to just I'm just gonna play this rogue, this Generous. So it's a different one that I played last time.
Well, it is the one you played last time. It was just the one that was always on the bottom.
It was the one that was underneath.
Yeah. It's the one that would grant inspiration.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna draw.
Roll it up.
Yep. 1.
Okay. So I have 2.
Yep.
Okay. Well, he costs 1 less because of Krennic, so we're going to spend 1 to deploy this guy.
Mm-hmm. And do you want to spend the 3 force to put a subordinate into play?
Why not? Let's at least get 1 subordinate in the battlefield here.
What does he spawn?
He spawns Shore Troopers.
Cool.
Which makes sense because he's a Shore Trooper squad leader. So that's what he's going to spawn.
Oh, they spawn in ground?
Apparently.
If you do take 1 40 speed 3/3 shore trooper squad subordinate with the armor and put it into the ground, yeah. He goes into the ground arena. Interesting.
Yeah, and he's not a duel, so it just is. Okay, so I have 1 build point left.
Okay.
Let's just throw 1 here.
All right. My turn?
Yes.
All right, I'm drawing. I have 2 points. This generous affects my whole board, so I'm just putting 2 here.
Okay.
And then, again, seems...
Actually, I'm going to swap which one I'm putting this 1 on.
This seems ridiculous. I could either stay here and fight this thing, which it has... Yeah, I'll stay here. Oh, let's move Bodhi over.
Okay.
Let's pilot this bad boy up.
All right.
And Chiru... See, here's what seems ridiculous to me. I can just do this.
And you just negated everything
And I've just
I did in
negated
character.
everything you built
Yeah.
for 7.
Yeah.
Like... I like the idea of switching,
Right.
but it's too powerful.
Yeah.
Because now I just like, all right, we're even here now.
I mean, you're kicking my butt now over there.
You know, like I have
Yeah.
this huge guy here,
Mhm.
and I just avoided this.
Yeah.
I think if you had to retreat and then you could put it in, that would be so much better.
It would just
But
give you an extra turn, potentially.
Well,
Yeah,
right, it's
but-
like a cost. I'm retreating and giving up this arena, then I can
Yeah.
push it into an arena I want. But just
Right.
being able to be like, oh, and being the second player, I'm just like, oh, I'm just
right.
gonna go where
That's the trick.
and
That's
I
the
just
hard
get to
part.
go wherever you're not.
Right. That's the hard part. Is
We'll play it out, but this seems like this is gonna be.
Yeah, it's a huge benefit to the light side player.
Yeah, it seems like it's gonna be another slaughter.
Yeah.
Foresight. I think I'll just double check. Foresight is what I think it is, or you just guess. Whenever this unit attacks, you may predict the number of hits that will be rolled for this attack. If you're correct, gain the effect. So yeah, it's the same as like the Han Solo from Rogues and Scoundrels.
So tap abilities, can they be activated at any time?
What does it say?
Or is it just during a play? It's just the tap symbol.
Yeah.
So it can just be activated at any
as
player
a
pass
POP,
opportunity?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it says play only during your build step or
Sure.
play when no units attack.
Okay. Yeah, so he'll at least have an effect because he can untap this subordinate if it's still alive, and
That's
then
something.
it'll be able to attack again with +1 power.
Yeah. All right, so
at least he's going to do something.
Do you have any retreats?
No.
Okay. And then space it is.
Yep.
So my unit is 50 speed.
Okay.
There's
so
no speed bonus on it.
Yeah, so I'm 60. So it's just 3 dice.
Okay.
And it's going to be a double strike. So 3 dice twice.
So 2.
Yep.
And does my guy have any abilities? He has resilience. He has focus. Oh, whenever an Imperial attacks this unit, roll a die. If you roll a 6, the attack ends.
Oh, all right. We'll start with that.
All right, so here's the 2 hits. I'm going to roll a die. It's not a 6.
Okay.
So he just takes 2.
Yep.
But
and
then you get to attack
I
again.
attack again.
All right. So you got 1.
And he actually has Fury 1, so you're going to roll 1 more die.
Okay. There's 2. And then I get to roll my 6.
Yeah.
Which I didn't roll.
Yeah.
So 2 more.
I think you do that before I roll dice, but yeah, I don't know that it matters.
Whenever this attacks, roll a die. Yeah, so it would be before you
like
roll.
when I declare the attack is
Okay.
when
I
you
was
do
thinking it was like the Millennium Falcon that.
to prevent the damage.
Yeah, it's thinking like that.
No, I don't think it really matters that much, but yeah.
You're right.
Okay, so that was mine.
Okay.
Now you get to go.
And I have precision 1 or resilience 1. As long as it has a damage, I roll an additional die. As long as it has at least 1 damage, it gets +1 power. So I'm rolling 6 dice.
Mm-hmm.
And I got 4 hits.
Well, thankfully it has +1 health and space.
Yeah.
Guess it's not going into ground.
And focus, or I have focus 1.
So that'll get +1 attack on its next. Oops, wrong one.
Yeah, rebel, right?
And then its next attack.
We need to roll at least 1 natural 5, which
Yep.
I did. Okay. So that's that.
Okay. Ground. You're first a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Or twice at least.
So 60 speed, 4/4.
So this one is stealth, so you can't attack
Nope.
that one. So you have either of these as options.
Yep. So this one is
It's the
+1
bounty.
power and focus when attacking a rebel.
Yeah. And then this one just has armor.
I'm gonna go at this one.
Okay.
4 dice. 3. And then I'm gonna go at the same one. 3.
Okay.
And I'm gonna play a battle card.
Okay.
It is Trust the Force.
I have 1 with the force and the force is with
I
me.
just gained 2 force.
Okay.
It has a thing that says, or pay 2 force to prevent all damage to one of your characters. But I can only use if my force is 10 or more.
Ah. Okay.
So in the early game, it's just gaining force.
Right.
And then you're
Okay, and then I'm up. So, 5 dice at Chiru.
Yep. And Chiru has parry.
Mm-hmm.
And you do not roll a 1, so Chiru takes 3.
Yep. And then 3 dice at Chiru.
Okay. Let's see. Have any battle cards I want to play?
Oh, hang on. Whenever damage from an attacking unit causes one of your stormtroopers to be discarded, you may tap one of your officers and put a death trooper subordinate into play.
Oh, okay.
And that could go into ground or character.
So you might as well put it in
So we're
ground.
obviously going to put it in ground. And he's 30 speed, 4 power, 3 health.
Okay. So we're rolling 3 at Chiru.
Yep.
Oh, there's the 1. Parry 2.
That's
Otherwise,
not a 1, that's a 2.
it's a 2.
4.
It's a 2. You're right.
Nice try, though.
You're so mean to me that I can't see. I don't know why you have to do that. I have like a sight issue right now. All right, he's dead.
Okay.
So I guess he didn't even matter. Although it did soak 2 attacks.
Yeah. And then we'll do 4 dice at one of these guys.
Sure. 3.
Okay. Then I'm going to tap my shore trooper
Oh, I forgot.
What's that?
Pay 1 force, protect 1. So I could have kept you alive.
Oh.
That's my own fault. Okay. And what are you doing?
I'm untapping this guy.
Sure.
And he has +1 power, so he's going to roll 5 dice at that one.
Okay. All right.
3.
3. I'll pay 1 force to protect and take 2. All right. Next turn.
Yep.
Roll for build. Hey, we got past a turn.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's just play.
I get force.
This guy in space.
Okay.
So I don't auto lose.
All right.
Actually, I can pay his alternative cost. So you roll this, so I can pay 2
Uh-huh.
and tap a unique Imperial.
Sure. Okay.
Actually, I'm not going to use that other 2 on anything special. I'd rather have it open to be able to make another subordinate.
That's fine.
So I'm just going to pay the full 4.
All right.
He has precision.
My turn.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna throw Jin in play,
Sure.
and I get to do this thing.
Yep.
And that's all she wrote.
Okay.
Retreats.
Nope.
Okay. Space. Nothing, right?
Nothing.
And then ground.
Yep. I'm sure Bodhi's going first.
So each of your Rogue One units gets +10 speed, so these are 70.
Wow. Yeah.
So let's roll 4 at... This one has armor.
Yep. That one's stealth, so you can't detect that one.
Yeah, so we'll attack the other subordinate, the Death Trooper. 2 hits.
Okay.
Attack the same Death Trooper.
Mm-hmm.
2 hits. And then this one has 50 speed and resilience 1, so it's rolling 6 dice.
7. Right?
Oh, each of your other Rogue One units get focus 1.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember if I had it, but that's fine. So 6.
It just would have meant you would have rolled an extra die with each of those guys.
Not now, because...
They're damaged, right?
No,
oh, that's
focus,
resilience.
if I
I'm
roll
sorry.
a 5.
Yeah.
I was going here.
Yep.
3 hits.
Correct. And it's enough.
And then I'm done.
Okay. So when that guy dies, do I want to make another Death Trooper? Probably not. I probably want to just try to take Jin out. All right, so...
Yeah, she doesn't have any... She's not very good without other characters.
Yeah. So let's just roll 5 at... Bodhi, I guess, at the U-Wing.
Yeah, so when you roll, or it says when you attack, I roll a die.
Yep.
It's not a 6. So then you roll 5 dice.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got 3
3
hits. And I could protect 1 twice, but it would still kill it. So
Yeah.
Bodhi is dead.
So kind of a related-ish question. Because he has tap to trigger ambush 5, which I guess we just double check the ambush ruling. But like when you move a unit from space into ground, does that count as deploying for an ambush trigger?
No,
I wasn't going to do it because I didn't want him to be tapped. But I'm just curious.
I don't think so. Yeah, that's a question for somebody else. I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Because deploying, I would think, is from hand to play.
And does ambush say deploy?
Yes, it says deploy.
So I would think not probably as well. But I was just curious. I didn't want him to be tapped, though, because then you could just freely attack him, which sounds horrible.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm 50?
Yeah.
Okay. So just 6 dice, no tricks.
Three hits.
Okay. Jen gets to go next.
She just rolls 5. She'll roll at that guy.
He has armor.
Okay. And then I'll roll here.
Okay.
2 hits.
Okay. 4 dice back at Jen. I think he was saying, like, ambush could trigger.
Easy said, I suggested the retreat rule for both of you as a change for the next rule book. I don't know if it'll be implemented. I'm glad that you suggested that because I definitely think, from just this experience, it's way too powerful.
Yeah.
Because like now that you've actually you killed mine, which is great.
That was why I targeted them specifically.
But now next turn you could just go boop and then just crush me here.
Right.
So that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. He also said that the ambush trigger would go off when you move it. It says ambush if your opponent deploys, moves, or puts a unit into this arena.
I missed that part. It does say move.
Yep.
Okay. I saw the deploy part. He's totally right.
Yep.
Yep. That's
but again, I didn't want him to be tapped because he's stealthy. That defeats the purpose of the stealth. Because right now, you can't deal him damage.
No, because you killed all my slow units.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I did that on purpose.
Yeah, no, it was smart. Yep. Okay.
Although, in all fairness, I think this was just the slowest unit.
No, I had Chiru.
Oh, that's right. Chiru was slower.
40 speed.
Yeah. You're right.
But I also played badly because they could have protected Chiru. So, but it's our first time playing with a million things.
For sure, we're going to make a bunch of mistakes.
Either way, this has been a super cool experience learning all these cards.
Mm-hmm. I agree. All right, so I think, he's rolling 4 dice at Jen.
Okay.
That's where we were at.
Yep. Ooh, dead Jin.
Holy, lots of...
All right.
Yeah, okay.
That's game.
Yeah. Well, at least the dark side got to do something.
Yeah, I mean, we got to see a lot of the new mechanics and card types,
Which was actually good,
The only thing we didn't see was a campaign card and a trap card.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah.
I don't think there's any trap cards in this deck.
Yeah. It definitely did feel like, because everything was so expensive, that it was very hard to deploy things.
Yeah, so...
And obviously, because of that, it just means your games can go really fast, as we saw, because if you only have 1 or maybe 2 units per arena, if they just die... Game over.
Yeah, the only thing about not having cheap units to deploy is it does change the all the initial strategy of setup, right? When you're playing with 2 and 3 drop units, you're kind of like feeling out an arena.
100%.
And like cycling through your deck.
Yeah.
But in here, it was
trying to see what your opponent's going to play, to see whether or not you want to commit.
The cheapest unit I played was a 4-cost pilot. Everything else was 5 or more build points.
Yeah, I think
you played a 4-cost space unit.
Was the cheapest, but most things were 5, 6 plus.
So that's the downside of not having low-cost units.
Mm-hmm. And that's also why I wasn't... Like, a lot of times, like we said, when we're being more competitive, we will play those cheaper things just to not put a huge investment into an arena, just in case your opponent ends up playing something that is going to blow you out.
Right, you want to be flexible.
Right.
But flexibility doesn't seem to matter as much with these cards when you have the bronze units.
Right, with the switch units.
They just go wherever they want to go. That seems super powerful.
As you saw with the first 2 matches, like, I was deploying big things into arenas that were not switchable.
Right.
And
then
it
they
was
were
the
stuck.
death of me because I was investing all of these build points into arenas.
And then I was just
And then you
switching.
were just moving around
Right.
to like double team me basically.
Exactly.
So it just makes, and again, because you're the light side player, you have a huge advantage with those switching units.
That's why I agree with Easy where he said he suggested in the new rule book that you have to retreat the unit and then move. I think that makes more sense, especially with the light side player being able to just
see where I'm at
where you're
and
at.
just do stuff.
If you have to,
because like I had a switching unit in that last game, but I
couldn't switch
because
you didn't know
because
what
I didn't know what you were gonna do.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it was. It's interesting.
I thought the subordinates really cool. I
love the
I
subordinates.
thought you were dead in ground, and then all of a sudden you're like Krennic was putting in dudes, and they were untapped. That was really cool.
Yeah, at least those guys did something.
Subordinates were the coolest thing to me of the cards
I agree.
we played.
I mean, honestly, the cards themselves are awesome. Like they're super flavorful. The art is fantastic.
They did
they did such an amazing job with the cards themselves. Obviously, you know, there's pluses and minuses to everything, but
the
some of these
U-Wing
things.
was my favorite
oh my
card.
gosh, that thing was crazy good. Yeah,
It was cool.
Yeah. No, it was very cool. I mean, I'm glad I got to play a lot of the key pieces. You got to play a lot of the key pieces. So it was at least good to see them for a hot minute.
Yeah, Jim was crazy if you had like a group, you know, inspiring your
whole character arena. Yeah, for sure.
Nasty.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it was fun. So next week, Wednesday, what we're doing, Patronus and I haven't even told her this yet. What we're doing for stream next week is Patronus and I are each going to open a 10-pack digital pool on Lackey for a sealed. And then I'm going to pull those cards out of my collection. And we're going to play a sealed match on stream with the digital pulls that we open via Lackey.
Yeah.
So next week will be a sealed match.
Yep.
And we're going to go through an actual match. We will... That way you can see all the little weird oddities that might happen, right? Stacking units that are dark side and light side in the same stack.
Yep.
Bidding, contesting.
Yeah. And honestly, what we might do, like we might open our card pools in advance and maybe we'll just post them on Facebook or something.
Yeah.
So that way we can maybe build our decks in advance of the streams just to keep things going a little bit.
We'll definitely have the decks built, but we'll post the whole pool. That way everyone can see.
Exactly.
And then they can see what we played. We can post them on Facebook. We can post them on Discord and everything. So next week is going to be the first Star Wars TCG sealed stream.
Yeah. And I think we're also going to be commentating on the finals match
That's
for
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally forgot. I screwed up. I was supposed to meet them. I apologized. Tornado and Damon, I was supposed to meet you at 7:30 tonight to get set up for the stream. But we were working on this stream.
Yeah.
I got stuck sleeving all these cards.
Yeah.
And it literally, like, I was working on the stream up until we even started the stream late.
Yeah, because we were trying to pull stuff together for the
and I
rules
had
everything.
printed everything the day before, and it was
just a tight night. But we can probably we'll just arrange
I'll
for that
message
later.
them tomorrow and see if we can. I just need to get on like 10 minutes early so we can test everything and make sure we can.
That will not be live. It'll just be a recording, right?
No, it's live.
Oh, we're gonna do it live.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Live tomorrow.
All right.
8:00
Sounds good.
for the Star Wars Online Tournament Championship.
Okay, cool.
Championship number, I think that's number
2.
3.
3? Okay.
Yeah.
I think we only commentated on the second one. Yeah.
Yeah, the first
So
one.
this is tournament number 3.
Yep. So for Gold Leader and Patronus, we're signing out. Have a good night.
We'll
See you
talk
tomorrow.
to you guys tomorrow.